Now, let's go. We'll answer the other questions after the lesson. But now let's go into the second phase of the lessons. And it's the virgin birth, which is really the biggest deception that's been played on Christians worldwide. All in your Christian churches, especially in the Catholic churches, you see a white woman, usually with a little child. Okay? Then you will see this really through all pagan and Roman antiquity. But in the Russian icons, usually it's a black Madonna and a black child, but all the less it's the same idolatry. So I don't want to just put this on a black or white thing, because we were, during the Dark Ages, a lot of our people was falling to these deities too, during the Dark Ages, where you had a black Madonna, which the Pope worshiped up until our moment, this moment. Now, you're going to find out that a lot of this links directly to Semiramis and Nimrod, and brings forth the spirit of pedophilia to some degree. Sometimes you see little naked babies with wings in some of these pictures, you know, uncircumcised paraphernalia floating around with wings on, and men, you know, it's pornography. I mean, if you look at it, back then there was no such thing as films and motion pictures. So this was really a level of pornography they were dealing with some of these sadistic images. But let's go into the doctrine of the virgin birth. Many so-called Christians, and we say so-called because they're not the Christians that were pre-Constantine, but many of them today don't know that the doctrine has its origin in ancient Egypt and Babylon. They have no idea. And they figure, and they wonder, well, what interest would a preacher or a pastor would have to give us lies about Christ's birth and Christ's mother? Like, what would benefit them to lie to us? And this is the main argument most Christians stand on. Like, these are good people. Why would they lie to us? Well, it's the deception is higher than your preacher. Okay? Because they have been deceived too. A lot of them. And if they knew, I'm speaking to preachers now who are waking up now, who is coming out of that because they realized they were under a spell also. And I thank the Most High for that. But as we can see, Christianity, one of their biggest, I would say, hypnosis tricks is the virgin birth. It's so many facets to this, and I'm going to give it to you. First off, if you acknowledge the virgin birth, what must you acknowledge? You must acknowledge before Christ, Mary, who was above all women and created a feat that no other woman have ever did in the earth. So you must acknowledge her as some level of superpower. You understand? Because she's above all women in every facet. And that's why the Roman Catholic Church, as they say, worship her. But it's deeper than Christ. They believe that Mary is the mother of God. Of course, they can teach this if they're teaching you that Christ is God. You see how it all ties in together? Mary, the mother of God. So if you are acknowledging the virgin birth as taught in the Christian church, you are acknowledging his mother came, and everyone wanted to make a path so that Mary can walk through. And Christ say, listen, my mother is those that do the will of the Father. My mother and my brother is right here already. You don't got to open up the line for my mother. You understand? Because, listen, we were doing it. She should have been here. So Christ wasn't reverencing his mother as some high deity. Yes, he respected his mother and honored his mother. Okay? But Mary was nothing to be worshipped. She was a good woman, but she wasn't to be worshipped. Christ got lost when he was 12. They took him up to the temple.
Because I am the Son of God.
Okay, you can read this in the book of Luke. And they was looking around for Christ like, where's Christ at? And Christ said, listen, you know I'm here to do my Father's business. He told his mother that. Listen, I'm here to do my Father's business. So Mary was never a deity or someone to be acknowledged above what the scriptures say she is.
And bear a son, and shall call his name Emmanuel.
Now, I'm going to show you how you can easily be deceived. Right here. Therefore the Lord himself shall give you a sign. So what is the sign? Behold, a virgin shall conceive and bear a son, and shall call his name Emmanuel. Now, the question is, what was the sign? We're going to use precepts. But listen, I'm going to ask the question not for those who was in the prior academies, but for those that are in the academy for the first time. I need you to guess in the chat, what was the sign according to what we've just read? Give me the answer that comes to your mind. What is the sign? I said no one that actually answered before who was in our last academy. Okay, for the newer people, a virgin shall bring forth a son. And usually, that's it. That would be the sign that most would focus on. Now listen to this clearly. But was that the sign according to precepts? Let's see what part the virgin played in this particular sign. What is the sign? What is a sign according to the scriptures? Everyone, you can hold your questions because I need you to listen now. What was the sign according to scripture? To know what the signs are, we must hold Isaiah 7. Let's go to Genesis. Let's go back to the beginning. And we're at the Genesis, the first chapter. Read the verse, lawyer.
Genesis chapter 1, verse 14.
1 and 14 reads,
And the Most High said, Let there be lights in the firmament of the heavens to divide the day from the night.
Let there be lights in the firmament of the heavens to divide the what?
To divide the day from the night.
To divide the day from the night. Read.
And let them be for signs.
Let them be for what?
And let them be for signs.
And let them be for signs. Read.
And for seasons.
And for seasons. Read.
And for days and years.
And for days and years. So the stars and constellations were used for signs. So let's see the sign that was fulfilled in the book of Isaiah.